All right.
We take. Okay. My name is William Mitchell. Mr. Caldwell, I'm glad you came. We've done an assessment on you, and we're wanting to find out what is your degree for changing. Tell me a little bit about your alcohol use.
Well, I'm a daily drinker. I drink on a daily basis. I feel like I function pretty well. Got a couple DUIs. My work's starting to suffer because of it, and it's pretty much I need to either get some help or I'm going to have to seek some different employment. So they suggested I come down to here.
Okay, so you see that there's a need for you to change your behavior because of the consequences that you're going through. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Tell me, what are three of your most important values?
Well, I value my job. Of course, if I didn't, I wouldn't be here. Family, my children, and my health.
And your health. Okay, out of those three values, which one is the most important to you?
I'm going to say family.
Family. So I understand that your family does mean a lot to you, and you realize that your drinking is causing problematics with both your job and with your family.
Yes, sir.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how motivated are you to seek help for change?
Well, I mean, like I said, they kind of forced my hand to come here. But on one hand, I want to change. But on the other hand, I've been in some treatment before, and it just seems like I always wind back up. Resulting in no change. I do okay for a little while, but then it seems like I get back around the old people. I'm going to say I'm about at a 5.
You're about at a 5.
Okay.
Well, we have to start from somewhere, and that 5 is better than 0. Have you made any plans for your change?
Well, like I said, they gave me an option to come here, and I could have opted out, or So I think just by me coming here is my willingness to do something different, because I do want to. Something's got to be done. I mean, I'm starting to have problems at home, starting to have issues at work, so my hand's been kind of forced.
Well, Mr. Caldwell, I must say that I must commend you in taking that broad step, because I know that it must have been rather difficult for you to come and to seek help. There's so many times people try to do this on their own, and they find out that it becomes even more problematic for them.
Okay.
Do you mind if I give you some suggestions on how you could possibly go about making that change?
Yeah, that's I feel like that's basically why I'm here, to get some type of some treatment goals or something. Yeah, I'm open to that.
Okay, so let me ask you, what have you done in the past that worked for you when you was in treatment last time?
Well, I went to like 6 sessions of the treatment. It was an outpatient. Excuse me. We set some goals, and we studied some history of alcoholism. They talked some about the disease concept. And they suggested maybe go to some meetings, some 12-step meetings. We did did a little bit of inventory in a 12-step program. I didn't really get that far into it, but I don't know. It just seemed like it after about 6 sessions, and you know, it was just that's all they required, and I just didn't continue to go to meetings after that.
Oh, okay. So you didn't do any type of follow-up or anything of that nature? You just...
No, my insurance paid for 6 sessions, and after that, you know, I really wasn't having any more complications, so you know, nobody said anything, and here it is, you know, a year and a half later, I'm you know, it's even worse now, so.
Okay, so when you went through the 12-step process, did you obtain a sponsor?
No, sir.
Sponsors have been proven to be very helpful when we travel this journey, particularly when we're dealing with addiction. As I said earlier, a lot of times we want to take that journey on our own, but the help of a sponsor can be very beneficial because they'll be there for you when you're about to go through one of the crises that you may encounter that causes you to drink.
Mm-hmm.
Do you recognize your triggers?
Well, we talked about that, you know, I remember talking about triggers, and of course, you know, they identify triggers as, you know, just like, you know, hanging out at the bar or staying late after work with some old buddies, just, you know, old people, places, and things, you know, so, you know, and I know that to be, that's kind of a high-risk situation. So, but, you know, it's hard to change that.
I understand. We struggle with change. And then change doesn't take overnight. It's more or less a journey also. And we establish short-term goals that leads to be long-term goals. And ultimately change will start to happen before we even realize it. See, this problem that you have with this alcohol, it just didn't start and blow up out of proportion. It started a little bit at a time. And then eventually it got bigger, and now it's got to the point where you've been in treatment once, and now you're back in treatment again. So how motivated are you for making change?
Well, my problem, it seems to be, like you say, you know, this is my second time at this. It seems like that, you know, when the heat's kind of on, and you know, circumstances are like, you know, getting stressed, and you know, the job's in jeopardy, the family's on me, you know, the situation with my kids. I'll do good for a while. You know, that kind of forces me into, you know, seeking some help or doing something a little different, or I can just kind of stop on my own. But it seems like after everything kind of subsides, and you know, the job's going good, and the wife's back talking to me, and you know, the kids, and it seems like I just go back to my old ways.
So tell me about the times that you do drink. I mean, what goes on? What happens?
Well, it usually starts something like this. I get off work. I work second shift. I get off at about 11 o'clock. Maybe drink a couple beers with a buddy out in the parking lot after work. Next thing you know, we'll go down to the local the Silver Dollar Saloon. We'll shoot a couple games of pool, and you know, I tell myself I'm just going to go in there and drink one or two. Next thing you know, it's a closing time, and I'm probably inebriated to the point I don't need to be driving, and you know, it just seems like I can't never leave on time. You know, but I tell myself, and there's times I tell myself, well, I'm not going to go tonight, but I always do.
That's the thing about alcohol and drug use. It's cunning, baffling, and powerful. Just when we think we have it in our midst and we can handle it, that's when everything blows up. Well, I see that you have a strong desire to stop drinking, and when you come back to the next session, I want you to bring me a list of negative ways that your use has impacted your life and the life of your family. And we're going to start from there and start putting together an action plan that you'll be able to handle and execute. We're not going to do a long, drawn-out stuff. We're just going to take little bitty, tiny steps
Okay.
until we can get you in a safe place. What do you think about that?
Well, like I said, they said I need to at least come to 6 sessions, so that's what I'm gonna do.
All right, well, I appreciate you coming here today, and I thank you for your time.
Okay.
I want you to know that I'm going to do everything in my power to help you get to where you need to be and make everything copacetic for you again.
All right, thank you.